How was the 24-hour experience?
Yeah, it was good. I think I forgot almost everything.
It's okay.
Learn from Master Tuan, right? Whatever
That's fine.
read or study, forget it. I don't remember.
Exactly. Get it.
No, I'm just kidding. Actually, yeah, it's helped understand. Yeah, more clearly now.
Okay.
But I still miss the triangle though, so I haven't you haven't posted on, right?
I'm going to focus on the triangle of reality today. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Last week in our regular midweek sharing, we were almost done with the human construct, and then the last part of the human construct is the operating principle of the subconscious mind. This is the operating principle of the subconscious mind. And we share that in the 24-hour session. So I'm not going to go over this today. Just letting you know that if you want this, then you just go ahead and review the 24-hour video. In fact, I've already made a separate episode. Okay, I think episode 9 for season 2 in the playlist. So this is called the operating principle of the subconscious mind. Okay, so we won't go in details about it today. If anybody have any quick question, I can answer a quick question. Otherwise, you can review it in the video. Okay. I just uploaded the episode 9, season 2, episode 9 is the operating principle of the subconscious mind. We talk about causality. We talk about a totality of causality. We talk about the idea of fate and destiny. Before we know how to think, our lives were subjected to fate, causality. Okay. But now that we know how to think, know how to reason and logic, we're still subjected to causality, but we are now the owner of our fate. We can actually change our destiny based on how we plant the seed and how we cultivate knowledge. How do we cultivate affinity? Okay.
So what affinity is the young, right? Is it
Affinity is your relationship with other people. The word affinity means attraction. So that has to do with duyên. Okay. Nhân is the seed.
Oh, okay.
Seed. Okay. So you will. I'll make that all of that word clear when we get to the reality triangle today. Okay. So you understand more clearly what the seeds are, what the affinities are, and what the fruits are today with the discussion on the triangle of reality.
Hello, Mr. Ryan. Hello, everybody. Hello, Mary.
Affinity là attraction.
Affinity means your attraction to people, your relationship with people. When you have a positive affinity, that means your relationship with them is going to be a positive one, a desirable one. When your affinity with another person is negative, meaning if we have been planting a lot of negative seed in terms of our affinity with that person, then they're going to treat us negatively. Okay.
So duyên, right? Affinity, you said that duyên.
Duyên, yes. Affinity, the Vietnamese word is duyên.
Okay.
And every time we think about a person, our will, right? This is Mr. Will. I use it is the same will, similar to the one that is inside our inner being. We have the will to hear. We have the will to say, to see, to know. And the way we hear and we say, the way we hear and we see something determine if it is positive or negative. Whenever we think about a person and we think positively, yeah, then our affinity with that person will be positive. Next time we meet them, it will be positive. If we think about a person and we think negatively about them, the next time we meet them, our attraction with them is going to be repulsive instead of attraction. Okay? And how we say and how we know about a person are the ways in which we cultivate those seeds. Okay, we grow those seeds into a tree, and over time, those trees are going to bear fruit. And if we cultivate them by pouring a lot of negative energy, then that tree is going to bear a lot of negative seeds, negative fruit. We're going to experience a lot of undesirable circumstances. But if we cultivate our seed and grow them into a tree with a lot of positivity, then we're going to expect a lot of positive result, positive outcome, positive fruit. Now, because we have so many seeds, every time we experience, every time we think about a person, every time something happens, we plant a seed. There are thousands and thousands, if not millions of seed, not only in this lifetime, but if you believe that this lifetime is an extension of countless lives, then we're talking countless seeds. How are we going to manage all of those seeds? Right? How are we going to manage all of those trees? So instead of going and trimming each tree or watering each tree in our countless trees, in our garden of countless trees, the simplest way to do it is you water all the seed at once with positivity. So instead of going out into your garden and just holding a bucket and pouring water onto every single tree, just pretend we have an airplane or a drone that flies over the entire field and spraying positive fertilizer or water on it. And what are those energy that we want to cover our entire field? Those are the energy of serenity, which is inner peace, the energy of magnanimity, which is generosity and tolerance, and the energy of honoring gratitude. So if we meet a person and they do something that we don't like, instead of thinking of it negatively, that would plant negative seed, we just spray magnanimity over all encounter with people. If we have nothing better to do, just spray serenity as an energy over our entire field. And when we receive something that we do enjoy, that we do like, that is desirable, then we spray honoring gratitude to everything that we experience. So just those three energy, that's it. Our entire garden of subconscious is going to be positive over time. Okay, so instead of cutting all the weeds out, instead of doing every circumstance, you just kind of mass cultivate everything with positivity in terms of serenity, which is a high energy, high balancing energy. We spread magnanimity with everybody we meet, and we cultivate honoring gratitude with everything that we experience. Okay, when we get to the part on wisdom, we will go into details in those as well. Okay. Any question before we move on? Okay. Okay, so for today, we're going to talk about a concept called the reality triangle. Okay, so first, I want to call to your attention. Wait. To consider the idea physical manifestation. We went briefly over the reality triangle during the 24-hour sharing, but I feel like it's important that we take some time to go slower, okay, to go more slowly. So consider the idea of physical manifestation. All things in this universe, if we can experience it, whether we see it or we feel it, or it become part of our awareness, it has a certain physical manifestation, okay? Matter, okay? Physical manifestation. Take, for example, the idea of the element of lead versus the element of gold, lead and gold. Lead and gold each has a physical manifestation that are different than from one another. You notice that gold has a physical manifestation that is kind of yellowish and shiny. And lead, on the other hand, has a physical manifestation that is kind of gray and dull. Right? Lead is gray and dull, whereas gold is shiny and yellow. That is the physical manifestation of the element of lead versus gold. Now, when scientists study lead and gold, they zoom down to the inside of it, and they found that lead and gold exhibit a certain energy frequency. Okay, the way lead vibrates in terms of energy is different than the way gold vibrates in terms of energy. So inside each block of gold or each block of lead, there is an energy vibration that gives rise to its physical manifestation. Okay, it is the energy vibration that gives rise to the specific physical manifestation that we can sense, that we can feel or see. Okay, and when scientists go looking for metals on the ground, or they go in search of ore when they do mining, if they want to know what kind of metal or what kind of ore, what kind of element is deep underground without actually seeing it or touching it, there has a machine that can send an energy wave down, and the energy will bounce up, and the scientist or the engineer will simply read the energy pattern, and they can tell what kind of material is under the earth, whether it's lead or gold or any other metal, okay? Because everything in this universe has an energy vibration that will give rise to its physical manifestation. When the scientists look at the stars from millions and millions of miles away in space, they can't touch it, they can't be next to it, but all they have to do is measure the energy frequency of those stars, and they can tell what those stars are made of. They can look at planets from far, far, far away, and they can tell what those planets are made of. Scientists is looking for water in outer space, and they can determine if a planet has water based on the kind of energy frequency those planets are giving off. Okay, so everything that has a physical manifestation also has a energy vibration that give rise to that physical manifestation. Now, as scientists begin to look deeper into matter, such as lead and gold, they found that lead and gold has a different basic makeup. Lead has a different set of protons and electrons and neutrons, and gold has a different set of protons and electrons and neutrons. And of course, if they look down further and further, they would see even more fundamental pieces. And so they simply call it information. Okay, so deep down at the core of every physical matter in this universe is a set of information, and the specific way that information is arranged will determine the energy vibration, which then will determine the physical manifestation. Does that make sense? Yeah, so we can draw it like this. Okay, so we can draw a triangle. Okay. So everything has a physical manifestation. We're just gonna write down, shorten it as physical. Those physical manifestation came about as a result of the energy component. Okay, the way an object or a material vibrates in terms of energy frequency, the specific pattern of energy give rise to the physical manifestation of that material. And in order to have those energy, the way it is made up deep inside is simply information. Okay. In fact, scientists say that if all you need is a piece of information, just a few pieces of information of any particle in space, all you need to know is where it is and where it's going and its velocity, where an object is and where it's going, then you can work out where it will be in the future. If you know exactly where an object is right now and where it's going, then you can know where it's going to be in the future. Okay, that is in the physical science, very, very simple. So everything has a physical manifestation, which came about as a result of the energy vibration. And the energy comes about as a result of the information within a material. And guess what? Lead and gold, because it has different information, has different energy, it has different physical manifestation. When scientists look at it and they ask, okay, so if lead is different than gold, what can we do to turn lead into gold? So scientists have been able to go down to the information. They have been able to rearrange the protons and neutrons and electrons inside lead, and they were able to create gold out of lead. Okay, that is a real experiment that it has been done. You feel free to research that if you want. Scientists can turn lead into gold simply by changing the information inside lead so that it became essentially gold. Okay, does that make sense so far? That is on the physical, that is on the scientific, on the physical world perspective. Now let's look at the human experience perspective, humanity. Can we agree that a person who is happy has a certain physical manifestation of happiness? Can we feel when somebody's happy? Can we feel if we're happy? Can you tell when somebody's happy versus somebody who's sad? Yeah, there is a physical manifestation that is distinctive between a person who is happy and a person who is sad. Okay, something you can definitely feel, definitely see. What about a person who is healthy? You can tell whether you feel it yourself in your body or you can see another person. When a person who is healthy versus a person who is, let's say, sick, there is a certain physical manifestation that is very different between a healthy person and a sick person. Okay. Same with success. Okay. A successful person has a certain physical manifestation that is different from a person who has failed a lot. Who is a failure, okay? And so we get to ask, okay, so if they have different physical manifestation, what kind of energy do they have within them? And then what kind of information is inside each person so that a person who is happy is different from the person who's sad. And if we want to change, okay, we want to change sadness into happiness. All we have to do is go to the information. Does that make sense so far? All we have to do, if we want to change lead into gold, we just change the information of lead. Rearrange the proton, neutrons, and electron of lead so that it becomes the protons and neutrons of gold, and then it will give rise to the energy of gold and the physical manifestation of gold. So if we want to be happy and we're not yet happy, all we got to do is find the right kind of information about happiness, and then that will give rise to energy and the physical manifestation. Okay, so it is important that we understand that health, wealth, and happiness, all of that has a physical manifestation, and all of that has an energy component, and ultimately it has an informational component. And all we have to do is to determine what kind of information is required to be healthy, to be happy, to be wealthy, etc. So in other words, if we want to be happy, if we want to be healthy, okay, if we want to be successful, then all we need to do is find the information that is inside our being. Okay, if we want to be happy, then we got to find what is the information inside our being related to that aspect of life. Okay, so what is the information that is inside our being? If we want to be happy, we have to find the information related to happiness. If we want to be healthy, we need information relating to how to be healthy. If we want to be successful, if we want to have a harmonious relationship, then all we got to do is find the information inside our being with respect to that aspect of life. So the definition is as follows. Okay, I want you to write this down, and I may write this with you. Okay, let's see if we can write this. Let's use a different color. Let's use. Okay. So this is something that it's important that you pay attention, because this is a way we construct the information within our being so that ultimately we would actually have the physical manifestation of that. So you can write this with me, okay? The information, okay, within our being is that which we know, comma, that which we believe, comma, and that which we understand. Okay, so the information within our being is that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. If you can memorize that, it will really, really help. The information within our being is that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand. Because all things in this universe has a physical manifestation. It came as a result of the information within it. So here we are looking for the information within us. And the information within us is that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. Pretty simple. Think about it. Okay. So the information within our being is that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. Okay. Another way of saying it, the reverse, okay, the reverse of it is that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand, okay, represents the information within our being. It's very simple, but we're analyzing it, we're breaking it apart so it will be clear. Okay. The information within our being is that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand. That which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand represents the information within our being. Okay, just two ways of saying it. If you're going to be a mentor of the WIT organization, if you're going to share other people the knowledge of root education, if you want to transform other people, it is important that you get this. Okay. So back to that triangle. Now, earlier we said all things had the physical manifestation. It came from energy. It came from information. And now we can expand this triangle, and we can say that. So now we are working on this corner, and we're expanding this corner. Imagine this corner, the information in the corner is now expanded in its own triangle. Okay. So that means the information within us is that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. Okay. So if you're learning a new concept and you don't quite understand the concept, okay, if you're trying to learn a new concept and you don't understand the concept, then all you got to do is you ask, oh, what do I know about the concept and what do I believe about the concept? Once you get to fully know the concept and you believe it, then you will come to a full understanding of it. Does that make sense so far? Understanding becomes a physical manifestation of knowledge. Okay? So that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand represent the information within our being. Okay, so we can expand it like that. That which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand represent the information within our being. And then another line, represent the reality of our lives. So this is where it's really important. There's the value where it comes from. That which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand represent the information within our being, represent the reality of our lives. That's where the value comes in. Because we're looking for reality. We're looking for a better reality, realities of happiness. We're looking for reality of health, looking for reality of harmonious relationship. Okay. Wealth, richness, those are physical manifestation of our lives. Our life has different area, different aspect, it manifests in different ways, but the physical reality of our lives came about as a result of the energy within us and the information within us. So that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand represent the information within our being, represent the reality of our lives. Okay? That makes sense? Now, we get to
Excuse
apply
me.
that. Yeah?
That mean know, believe, and understand that they are correspond with three sides of triangle.
Yeah, they also
Triangle.
yeah, and I want the way you say it, I want you to say it that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand. Instead of just saying that which we know, believe, and understand, and now you're clumping it all together, it gets confusing. That which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand represent the information within our being. Okay, so we have just taken this little piece, this information, we expand it, and we call it that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand. Does that make sense? Okay, if it's a little hard to see, then we can just do it another way. Okay, so that triangle, so this is information. Okay, within our being is that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. Okay. And this one, this big circle, we can call it reality. Okay, this is our triangle of reality, or that's why it's called a reality triangle. Okay, in our reality, our reality is, it has a physical manifestation. Everything in it, anything that has a physical manifestation is part of our reality. It came about by some energy, and it has a source or a seed of information. Now we're trying to understand about our human being, ourselves, right? Our health and our happiness. And so we ask, okay, what is the information, right? We're taking this information and we're expanding it into its own triangle. And we call it that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. And yes, it does correspond to, it also corresponds to information. Okay, I'll just write info for now. Okay, what we know is information, right? That which we know is information. And as we come to know it, we have a certain energy. Okay, energy. We deposit a seed in our garden of subconscious, along positive or negative. We'll talk about that later. And that information, that knowledge and that belief, it's going to manifest itself okay, it's going to have a physical manifestation of understanding, right? That triangle, this triangle, same thing. But this one is, we talk about reality. This one is the triangle of the information within us. Does that make sense? This is a reality. We take this part, we take this part, we put it inside a triangle information, and we apply the same thing. Information, energy, physical, that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. Let me,
I just don't understand why physical correspond with the understand and energy correspond belief.
okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the example and see if you can get it. Okay, let's move on to the example. Good question. Okay, and I know it can be a little confusing. I know that's why Marianne was like, oh, okay. So, let's move on to the example and see if we can make it a little bit more clear. Okay, so we said that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand represent the information within our being. Okay, so never mind about the energy and the physical reality. Okay, so this is easier to understand, right? This part. That which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand represent the information within our inner being. Okay, and that represent the reality of our lives. Okay, so what reality are we talking about? So let's talk about, okay, let's talk about, let's do happiness. Okay, happiness.
Excuse me, can I relate this triangle to the root cause of life? It's like what I know, what I say, what I know, what I see, what I hear, form the mental images in my mind, and that's the information within my being.
Good, you're getting there. Yeah.
Right?
We will make it clear. We will make it clear. Okay, you're about to get it. Yeah, you're about to get it. Okay, we will make it even more solid than that. Okay, so you're on the right track. Okay, so let's say happiness. Okay, so when you can write this down with me, when mentioning happiness, simple. What do we know? Too short. Hang on, different pages. Okay, let's do happiness. So this is a powerful formula. I mean, a powerful tool, and we want to get it right. So when mentioning happiness, okay, what do we know about it? What do we believe about it? What do we understand about it? Okay. When mentioning happiness, what do we know about it? What do we believe about it? What do we understand about it? Represents the information within our being about it. Okay, which represent the reality of our lives about it. Okay? When mentioning happiness, what do we know about it? What do we believe about it? What we understand about it? Represent the information within our being about it. Represent the reality of our lives about it. Or you can say, when mentioning happiness, what do we know about happiness? What do we believe about happiness? What do we understand about happiness? Represents the information within our being about happiness. Represent the reality of our lives about happiness. So, okay. So when mentioning happiness, what do we know about happiness? What do we believe about happiness? What do we understand about happiness? Represent the information within our being about happiness. Represent the reality of our lives about happiness. So if somebody says happiness is an illusion, okay, if somebody say happiness is an illusion, then isn't that something that they believe about happiness? Or could be some kind of information they have about happiness? And if somebody say happiness is an illusion, do you think they have happiness as a reality in their life? Right? If somebody say that happiness is an illusion, or somebody say happiness doesn't exist. Okay, somebody say happiness doesn't exist. Then that is what they believe about happiness, and that is what they know about happiness, and that is what they understand about happiness. Then can we say that they have no happiness in their life? If they say happiness doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? If a person say happiness doesn't exist, that is because they believe happiness doesn't exist. They have some kind of information about happiness and understand that happiness doesn't exist. So naturally, that person is not happy. They have no happiness in their life.
Right.
Okay? So basically, when we're speaking of the information within our being, and we say that that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand, represent the information within our being, and it represents the reality of our lives. So Ji Mai says that happiness is unphysical, but when we know, believe, understand about it, we can convert it to become physical. Well, if you say, happiness is not necessarily unphysical. Can you see happiness? Can you see people smiling and laughing? That is a physical manifestation, right? When you walk into a happy birthday party, that is a physical manifestation of happiness. When you walk into a wedding event, that is a very physical thing. You can feel it, you can see it, you can touch, you can taste it. Okay, taste some. Have you ever eaten, I don't know, your favorite candy or cake or food? And you say it tastes like happiness. And that is a physical manifestation of happiness. Okay, can you look at a family who is happy, right? Maybe their relationship, their spouses, their children, maybe they have a certain way about it, physical, very physical. Okay, happiness can be very, very physical because it has a physical manifestation and it has an energy component. And the person who embodies happiness has within them a certain information, which is represented by what they know about happiness and what they believe about it and what they understand about it. Okay, so why don't you try? So when mentioning, so instead of now that we work on happiness, so let's each of us see if we can practice saying this. Okay. And if we say this, we can make our information very solid. So let's say when mentioning health. Okay, so who wants to try? I'll give you the example here. Okay, when mentioning health, go ahead and see if you can read it to me. Marianne, you want to try? So when mentioning health.
What do I know about health?
There you go.
Health is the
No. Let's just practice. We're just gonna
oh,
practice.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
What do we know about health? What do we believe
Yeah.
about health?
And what do we understand about health?
Health. Represent.
Represent the information within our being about health. And represent the reality of our lives about health. Yeah.
Okay. Get it? Okay. Jilam, do you want to try? Let's see. Let's do I don't know. Let's do finance. Okay. Okay, Jilam, you try. When mentioning
Yes.
finance.
Okay, when mentioning finance, what do we know about finance? What do we believe about finance? What do we understand about finance? Represents the information within our being about finance and represent the reality of our lives about finance.
There you go. It's that simple. Okay. What about let's have another person. Let's do marriage. Okay. Let's do marriage. Who wants to try? Jenny, do you want to try? Can you do it without looking? No, maybe you've written it down already. Okay. When mentioning marriage.
What do we know about marriage? And what do we believe about marriage? And what do we understand about marriage? Represent
Do what?
represent the information. Represent the information about marriage.
The information where? Information where?
In our being, within our being about marriage. And represent
inside, and then outside is the
inside.
Okay, which represent
Okay,
represent our
represent
the reality.
The reality of our lives,
Lives.
of our lives about marriage.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's pick another one. Okay, let's talk about I don't know, what are some other area that is important to us? Health, finance, marriage. How about what are some areas of life that you're working on? What are some areas of life are you concerned about?
Peace.
Peace. Okay, there we go. So let's do it. When mentioning peace. Okay, let's use this one. Just different color. When mentioning peace. What kind of peace are we talking about? World peace or inner peace?
The inner peace.
Okay, there you go. Inner peace. Okay, when mentioning inner peace, go ahead and try that formula.
What do we know about the inner peace? What do we believe about the inner peace, and what do we understand about the inner peace? represent the reality.
Information first.
Oh, represent the information within. No, what is it?
Yeah, within.
Yeah, within our being, right?
Mhm.
About the inner peace and represent the belief, right?
No.
No, represent our life.
Represent the reality of our lives.
Oh, represent the reality of our life about inner peace.
Yeah. So the inner being is the stuff that is inside us. Our reality, that is the physical manifestation that people can see. Get it? So information is the seed within us. The physical reality is the fruit, the outside thing that people can see. Just as lead and gold has a physical manifestation, it has an information within them that's different. So when it comes to inner peace, what we know about inner peace, what we believe about inner peace, what we understand about inner peace, represent the information within us about inner peace. And that information represent the physical reality of us with respect to inner peace. The inside and the outside. We can't, people cannot see the information within you, right? They can't see what your information, but they can see your physical manifestation. Okay, I think we just lost that. Anybody else want to try? Okay, you haven't, or Jenny, you haven't had a chance to practice. So, what's important to you?
About relationship.
Okay, let's do relationship. Okay,
Relationship.
relationship.
When mentioning
Okay, when mentioning relationship,
our relationship, what we do about
what do we know?
what do we know about relationship? What do we know about belief? What do we know?
So the three. What do we know? What do we believe?
What do we
understand?
know? What do
Mhm.
we believe?
Mm-hmm.
And what do we understand
About
relationship?
okay. Represent.
Reference about
Represent.
love,
Represent this right here.
information
And information where?
in our love, care,
The information within our inner being.
about our inner being.
Okay.
So how to
Represent the
explain it?
information within our being
Represents the information within our being about relationship.
Okay. Which then represents
reality, life, reality of our lives about it, about relationship.
Okay. Try again. Say the whole thing again. So instead of happiness, you gonna say relationship.
When mentioning about relationship,
When mentioning relationship,
we do we know about
what do we know?
what we do. What do we know? What do we know about relationship? What do we believe about relationship? What do we understand about relationship? Represents the information within our inner being about relationship.
Good.
Represents the reality of our lives about relationship.
Perfect. Okay. You're starting to get it? You're starting to get it? Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to give that a try? I know there are a couple of people, other people here Who is Hai Hà? Hello, thank you for joining our Zoom. Thank you. Somebody named Lê Thanh Phương. Xuân Ý. Anybody's on a Zoom and actually willing to interact? I'm very grateful that you have taken the time to join our Zoom today. Okay. All right. How about okay. So Marianne mentioned inner peace. Okay. What about things like children? How about just raising children? Right? A lot of us raise children. Okay. When mentioning raising children, what do we know about raising children? What do we believe about raising children? What do we understand about raising children? Represent the information within our being about raising children, which represents the reality of raising children, okay, in our life. That makes sense? When mentioning work, okay, when mentioning work, what do we know about work? What do we believe about work? What do we understand about work? Represent the information within our being about work, represent the reality of our lives about work. Okay? Anybody have any question about this so far? Did you actually get it? Do you start to get that the information within us with respect to anything is nothing more than what we know, what we believe, and what we understand. And what we know, what we believe, and what we understand represent the information within us. And that represents the reality of our lives about it. Okay, so basically by knowing what we know, knowing what we believe, and knowing what we understand will help us construct our reality. See how simple it is? Okay, and then we're gonna rewrite that statement, and then we're going to take it one step further. Okay. So information within our being is that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand. Okay. Also known as source concept. Okay, also known as source concept. Represents information within our being and represent the reality of our lives. Okay, source concept. Information within our being is that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand. Also known as source concept, which represent the information within our being, which represent the reality of our lives. So we just expand it to what we know, what we believe, what we understand, and now we are combining back into a specialized terminology called source concept. That way, when you and I and all of our WIT people, when we talk about something, instead of going and saying, what do we know about it? What do we believe it? What do we understand about it? We simply say, what are the source concepts do you have about it? Okay, it is a specialized terminology. So from now on, when we refer to a source concept of something, we are saying that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. Okay, does that make sense? Pretty simple. Source concept, that's just a word. Okay, that's just the idea that from this source, from this concept, we will be able to build our knowledge, our belief, and our understanding. So, for instance, a concept is an idea. Okay, a concept is an idea that has been developed. Okay, a small idea is just just an idea, but a concept is an idea that has been developed. In fact, in the past, when somebody mentioned something, and you don't know anything about it, don't believe anything about it, don't understand anything about it, we simply say, I have no idea. In American, in the English language, I have no idea. That's one way of saying I have no source concept about what you're talking about. Okay, if we can refer that to the circle of knowledge, it's something fall into your don't know circle. Okay, there's a no, there's the know and forget, the know and not know. And if it falls into the don't know circle, you say, I have no idea. Not because I have no source concept about it. Okay, so from the source concept, okay, it is nothing more than the information within us. And the source concept is that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand. And so from this, if you take any field, any concept, or any if you're trying to expand or trying to research or come to an understanding or have a new reality of anything, we simply work on the source concept. We simply work on the information, we work on the knowledge and the belief, and then once we have the knowledge and the belief, we come to a full understanding. And once we have a full knowledge, full belief, full understanding, we will experience the reality of it. Okay, so when it comes to source concept, or when it comes to information within us, there is a favorable and unfavorable. Right? As I mentioned earlier, when somebody say that there is no happiness, does that person have a source concept of happiness?
No.
Well, actually, yes, they have a unfavorable source concept of happiness. Okay, a person who say, I have no idea what happiness is, that person would have no source concept. I don't know what happiness is. That's a no concept. No, I don't know. I don't believe. I don't understand. But somebody who said happiness does not exist, then that person actually have a source concept, but in a negative way.
Right.
Unfavorable way, an undesirable way.
Right. Got you.
Right. A person who has no source concept has some hope. We can give it to them. If they don't know it, then we can give them knowledge, especially if they want a knowledge. But if a person has a source concept that is already unfavorable, ooh, Now we gotta unlearn it. Okay. If somebody say there is no happiness or happiness is an illusion, then what they're saying is they're having an unfavorable source concept. And those people we can know right away, as soon as they say something like that, is the physical manifestation of that person. It's not that they are not happy, it is that they are unhappy. Do you guys get that? So when they have, so now we can refer it back to the operating principle of the subconscious mind. If they have been accumulating and cultivating knowledge, information, or source concept in a negative way, they have been pouring negative energy into their tree, then they're going to manifest physically in an undesirable and unfavorable way. Not only will they not be happy, they will be unhappy. In other words, they will be sad. Okay. So this is very powerful. This triangle of reality is very powerful. Once you get that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand is a source concept representing the information within our being, and that represents the reality of our life, then we can look at other people and even within ourselves. Every time we start to say something, right, what we know, and if we believe it, and if we think that we understand it, are we believing and knowing and understanding in a positive, favorable way, or do we know, believe, and understand in a negative, unfavorable way? Right? If a person say that I am too old to exercise, immediately you can see what do they know about exercise and age? What do they believe about exercise and age? What do they understand about exercise and age? And what is their source concept? And is that source concept favorable or unfavorable? If you want to be healthy and be able to exercise, and you're thinking that I'm too old to exercise, then already the source concept is unfavorable. They have been accumulating and cultivating a source concept that is going against what they really want. Right? A person, most people are going to want to be healthy, young. But if they say I'm too old to exercise, oh, then that source concept is already, it stops right there. Okay, so let's see if we can take a bird's eye view of the human construct and see how it can apply to all aspects of our lives, our whole inner being. Okay. So
friends and everyone, can I have a question?
yes.
So when a person know what they understand, what they believe about something, decided that they have the source concept. How about if they just know what they know and what, for example, just what they know or what they believe or what they understand is not one of them, just only one or two. So do we consider this as a source concept or partial source concept?
Yeah, they don't have a complete they don't have a yeah, so concept, source concept, you can say that they don't have a full source concept of it. Yeah, they may have a certain belief, but if they don't know where that belief comes from, they don't have a clear information, the knowledge of it, then that belief can waver. Sometimes they will have it, sometimes they won't. Sometimes they will manifest in a physical way, and sometimes it won't. The only way to have a solid reality with a physical manifestation that is consistent through time is to have a full knowledge, to have a total belief, and to have a complete understanding, which means to have a full source concept. You're right. There are people, and even ourselves, there are things that we don't know fully, that we don't believe fully, And that is why our reality about that is inconsistent. Right? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So the idea is to come to a full knowledge, okay, to have a complete, to have a total, belief and a complete understanding. That way we will experience true reality. Otherwise, our reality is going to be inconsistent. Sometimes we have it and sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
Just like happiness.
I
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah.
All things we just learned this moment. So I think about relationship, about our information, that delays and influence about what we know, what we understand, what we believe. The brands our understand
Information,
yeah,
which represent our reality.
and reality, yes. And that after we understand about our foundation, so then if we want to be higher level, and we want to learn new things, we should train our what we know or what we believe or what we understand. So we train our information about our inner being and reality.
Mm-hmm.
That train our attitude to look our to look our reality of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I would to know more about how we can train our what we know, what we believe, and what we understand.
Wonderful question. Okay, great question. Okay, and that is exactly where we're going, and that is exactly why we're sharing this philosophy. Remember ultimately, the purpose of this sharing, and I believe that the purpose of that everybody wants, it's kind of like the kind of life where we are happy, where we're healthy, that we have good relationship, and for many people, having financial wealth is also part of it. And whereas previously, and the most of the world, they are focused on the changing the fruit in the causality equation. Good seed plus positive affinity equals desirable fruit. Whereas most people jump to the fruit right away. I have something that is undesirable, I want to switch it over to desirable right away. But without understanding the seed, without understanding the cause, without understanding the source concept, it is difficult for people to experience the kind of life reality that is consistent and satisfying. And so having a good source concept is a solid foundation. Yes, that's what we're doing right now. Okay, so in fact, so let's take a look at, since you mentioned it, okay. Remember causality. So we're gonna try to make a better life for ourselves. My triangle is interesting today. I can't draw a straight triangle today. Something is going on with my first concept. Okay. Let's see if I can draw a nice fast, do it faster. There we go. There we go. Okay. So in order to get the kind of life that we want, okay, the kind of fruit that is desirable. We work on developing the good seed within us. Okay? Okay? Within us. With the good seed. The good seed, if the good seed within us is a fruit, then we will also need the seed and the affinity. So each of us, when we enter this sharing today or since the beginning of this season, we are trying to build a good seed within us so that we can achieve the life that we want. What we've been learning and what we've been giving to you so far is a bunch of source concepts. Did we not begin with the principle of light? Did we not talk about the circle of knowledge? Did we not talk about the principle of alignment with desire? We went through different, we went to root cause formula, we went to the human construct. All of those are source concept. Okay, we've been giving you source concepts. And we have been creating an environment where you can develop good deeds and merit. Okay, in the using the human construct, good fortune, bad fortune. When we are here, we're interacting with other people. We are performing good deeds for other people. We are offering each other the 7 great gifts of life. And so we are accumulating good deeds as a form of energy within us. We are sharing knowledge, so we are improving our spiritual merit. And we are beginning to have a mental image of what the good seed within us is about. All of our source concept has to be favorable if we are going to experience a reality that we want. Our mental images have to be positive. Okay. And as we learn this material, okay, when we have source concept, what's happening is we're lighting up a candle of wisdom in our house of holistic health. Right? Remember that house? Okay. We're trying to get to light up all 7 candles. This is our house of total wealth, or house of total health. And as we develop the source concept, we are lighting up the candle of our wisdom. And Jihan mentioned, what about the attitude stuff? Guess what? If we have wisdom, it will be a simple matter to develop a good attitude. Okay? And when a person has wisdom and they know how to behave in a way, how to maintain a good attitude, other people will look at them and see that as a physical manifestation of a person of character. Okay, a person of character. And it is right here in our 7th candle. Wisdom, attitude, and character. Okay, so this is a triangle itself. Okay, it's all connected. And if we want to get even better than that, we're going to work on our integrity. Okay, we have to work on our capability, our ability to get what we want in life, capability. And we need to work on our physical health, which is our physique. Okay. Integrity, capability, physique. This is what it means to become a more mature person. This is what it means to become a good person. A good person is a kind of person who has source concepts that are favorable to them and other people, who have good affinity with other people in terms of good deeds and merit, who have positive mental images. And what we've been giving you let me squeeze it in here. The first system of reference is the root cause formula. Root cause formula. Okay, we talk about mental images, having positive mental images. It also lies within the scientific perspective. Okay, let's use another color. Let's do this one. With the root cause formula, we begin with the outcome in mind. Okay, that is a scientific method. When a scientist wants to construct an argument or an idea, he begins with an outcome in mind. We begin with a mental image in mind. And we go back and we build what we know, what we build what we see, what we hear, what we know, and what we say. That is a science perspective. And then we work on the religious and spirituality. Spirituality, okay, / religious perspective. We talk about all energy, okay? Energy, energy, energy. We talk about the energy of the human nature, right? We talk about anger, we talk about ignorance, we talk about desire. And if a person can maintain an energy of balance and positive, then we will easily, well, not easily, but simply attract positivity into our lives. We talk in this operation of the subconscious mind, we talk about positive deeds, okay, good deeds and merit. By doing good things to other people, cause other people to raise in their energy level to go positive, then we will deposit a seed of positivity in our good fortune account. And that will attract positivity into our life as well. And then now we're going back to the common logic perspective about the source concept. Okay. And the source concept is the reality triangle. Okay. The spirituality and religious perspective, that is the human construct. Mm-hmm. You see how the triangle of reality is so powerful? We can apply the triangle and expand it to any aspect of our lives. Whether we're just sharing the concept in a scientific perspective, in a spirituality perspective, or the common logic perspective, whether talking about causality, we use the triangle of reality. When we're talking about wisdom, attitude, and character, we're using the triangle of reality. When we're talking about the positive energy that attracts desirable circumstances, we also use the triangle of reality. Okay. That's pretty much it. That's all I have for the triangle radii. If that looks really confusing, let's see if we can sort of apply it to one aspect. In the 24-hour sharing, if you look at it again, we apply the reality triangle to happy marriage, right? A harmonious marriage. Let's see if we can apply the reality triangle to health. Okay. Let's say good health. Okay. Is there a reality triangle to bad health? Yes, but we're not going to go there. Okay. We are using the principle of light, so we're going to focus on the positive. Does anybody remember the World Health Organization's definition of good health? Okay. The World Health Organization definition of good health is a state of total mental, physical, and social well-being. Okay, mental, physical, and social well-being. So mental health, physical health, and social health. With this, can you start to imagine, can you start to see the energy component, the physical component, and the information component? The physical component, physical health is the physical component. The social component is the energy. Remember human construct? Everything about human interaction is an energy component. And then the mental health is the information component. What we have in our mind is the information within us. If we have favorable source concept, good information about health, then we're going to have good mental health. If we have good relationship with people, if people love us and we love other people, we're friendly with everybody, we practice smiling and other people smile back. Good social health. It is a positive energy. And as a result, we're going to have a good physical health. Okay. So as always, instead of working directly on the physical manifestation, we're going to go to the source, the seed, the information. So what are some components of strong mental health? Okay, let's expand that. Let me make sure I get it right. Okay, so with mental health, okay, there are the three components. A person who is of good mental health is going to have inner peace or serenity. They're going to have magnanimity when dealing with people. And they're going to have honoring gratitude about all things. See how everything just kind of relate to each other through the reality triangle. So if we want, if any of us here is struggling with our body, our physical body, you can go to work on your mental health. And you can also go to work on your social health. The WIT organization gives us an advantage by creating a social condition where we can absorb the positive energy from other people. When you join the Mentor WIT program, you will get to exercise with other people. You play pickleball with other people. We practice the body transformation with other people. When we're in a Zoom like this, we're interacting with other people. WIT is giving us a head start in terms of the social component of good health. But if we don't accumulate and cultivate solid information, we will lose it if we leave the community. Right, so take this advantage for those of us who are having a chance to attend the offline courses, and you are interacting with other people and you're feeling all this great energy. That's good. That positive social energy gives you the physical health. By ourselves, we can't do, 1,000 squats. But with 1,000 other people, we can do 5,000 squats, 10,000 squats. By ourselves, we can only rotate for maybe half an hour. But with another 1,000 people, we can rotate 5 hours. Right, and then Mentor 6 is going to be rolling on the back for 6 hours. By ourselves, we may not be able to run more than a few kilometers, but in a group, we can run a marathon. Because we are borrowing the social energy, the social health, in order to improve our physical health. However, if during that time we don't work on the information, that which we know, that which we believe, and that which we understand about health, then we're going to lose it. And when it comes to getting information, our mental health, work on that first. If you can maintain the energy of serenity, of magnanimity, and honoring gratitude, rotate when appropriate, then you will be able to maintain a strong foundation of mental health, which will enable you to experience a solid physical health. Okay. Okay. Question, impression. Thank you, everybody. I think this is all I have for today. I didn't get a chance to develop any more beyond what I have with that. Anybody have any question for today? What did you learn so far? Okay, one impression. Can somebody share one impression or one lesson that you've learned that you think you can apply this to your life?
So in order to have the inner peace, the information is I have to know what the definition of inner peace.
We already went through that, didn't we?
Right.
Did we not? Then we go through inner peace. I think by now you should have a solid concept of
Right. So,
serenity. Didn't we do that many times?
yeah, we did, but I just want to repeat. So,
Okay.
so is that what I understood, right? So we
Okay.
so we have to have a good so the definition. What is the information?
This is inner peace.
Right. And what the other one? Understand. So understand. Okay, so let's talk about How about food then? It's easy to understand.
Okay.
So let's say, let's talk in let's say if I want to cook let me see, if I want to cook beef stew, right? Beef
Okay.
stew with what? Bò kho, right?
Yeah, okay.
Right. So first, the information is what? Like, I have to know what the beef stews contains, right?
Ingredients.
The ingredient,
Ingredients.
yeah, ingredient of the beef stews,
Mm-hmm.
and I what? Believe that
Not yet. You haven't gotten, there's a lot of information when it comes to cooking. You have to know the ingredient. Okay, what kind of beef do you want? What kind of cut do you want? What
mhm,
kind of do you want organic beef or do you want the corn-fed beef?
right,
Those are information. Okay.
right,
And then do you want what kind of cut, right? The shoulder, the back, the butt. Those are the
mhm.
type, those are information. And those are just the ingredient of the beef. And
So
then
that,
there's the stuff, there's the salt, there's the fish sauce,
mhm,
and then there is the recipe, which is the cooking method. There are formulas to
right,
cooking beef stew. How
right,
big do you want to cut it? Do you want to make a
mhm,
giant steak or do you want to cut them into small pieces? More information. You have to know how long to cook it in.
right, right,
See, more information. Those are the all source concept. Okay. And within the information, you can expand it, use your own little triangle. You can also apply the mental images as well. How many people do you want to cook it for? How big
mhm,
of a piece do you want to serve it? Do you want to serve it in a romantic setting, or do you want to mass produce it for a big, party? So you can apply mental images in your information when you break up the information into its own triangle. Okay. Your beef stew, you can apply the social energy to it. Is it just for yourself? It's just one person, or is that going to be a party? So that beef stew is going to turn out different if it is for a big party than it is for just for yourself and two people,
mhm,
right? So the actual, stew that comes out is dependent on the information component. It depends on the mental image component, and it depends on the social component. Okay. Right. You have a certain mental image of what your beef stew is gonna look
right.
like.
Mental image, right? So it's
The
a
ingredient, source concept is the
source
ingredient,
concept,
recipe, how to cook it.
right?
Okay. Good deeds and merit is, what you're doing it for. Do it for other
Mhm,
people. Are you gonna gather a large people? Is it for yourself?
mhm,
Ultimately, the beef stew is gonna turn out different based on those three components.
right.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay, so just like building a house. Okay, so
Exactly, like a build. Okay, you have a mental image of the house.
yeah, mental, and then like how big, how tall, how how beautiful, how whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mental image, and then I have to go and gather like what kind of bricks, right? What kind of cements,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
then the good deeds or the merit or the energy.
Affinity, there's the energy, the affinity with people.
Yeah, is it
What kind of contractor you want to find? What kind of bricklayers? What kind of
mhm,
electrician? What kind of plumber you're going to have to attract?
mhm.
Okay,
And then I'm going to build that house for me or for my parents or for
there
my
you go.
sisters or for my client or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the triangle reality triangles mean you can apply this triangle to everything,
Anything and
anything
everything.
in your life.
Mm-hmm. It helps simplify the things in life. It
Oh,
helps simplify it. It makes complicated things simple, and it makes convoluted thing clear.
Okay.
Yeah, you can break it up and make it complex if you want, or you can just simplify it and make it simple.
Okay.
Human life is very simple. We have our inner being, which is a foundation, and then we have our physical health, and we have our relationship, and we have our finances. And each of those, you can apply the triangle of reality to it. And since the source concept, okay, so where is that? There's a statement on the source concept. Let me find that statement on the source concept. Okay, so that which we know, that which we believe, that which we understand are the source concept. Okay, and that represent the information within our being. It represent the reality of our life, the source concept. And since we already went through draw another one. Okay, you just want to draw. Okay, so we already went through common logic. This is a perspective. This is the root cause formula. Each of this is a reference system. And we have the human construct. Okay. Then within each of these formula or system reference system are a bunch of source concepts, right? Apply the certain set of source concepts, certain knowledge when it comes to root cause. We give you a lot of concepts. When in the human construct, we give you a bunch of concepts in the triangle of reality. And so the source of the source concept, the source of the source concept is simply referred to as, let's use source of source concept is, we call it ref to F, reference, refer to F,
Reference
system.
reference system. Okay.
So you can use the root cause formula to reference building a house. You can use the root cause system to reference cooking beef stew. You can use root cause reference system to reference relationship. Or you can use the triangle of reality, common logic. Okay. Oh, root cause. This is meant to say. This is meant to say triangle, reality triangle.
Triangle, right?
Yeah, reality.
Reality triangle.
Okay. You can use the human construct to reference anything as well. So each of these is a reference system. And fortunate are those who have all three and are able to know when to use which or to use all three. You can use all three at once. When we build a house, right? We just used the example of building a house. We have a root cause formula, which is mental images. Okay, the final outcome in mind. The clearer the final outcome, the more likely we will achieve that reality.
Right.
At the same time, we have to have a good grasp of the human construct. We have to have a good grasp of people and affinity. We want to attract the right contractor to build a house. We want to attract the right architecture to build the blueprint, to write and to draft the blueprint. Right? The human construct help us attract people, which means also attract money. So we need to have a good relationship with people. And then the reality triangle helps us recognize what do we know, what do we believe, what do we understand about it. If we don't know anything about building a house, it's going to be hard to start building a house. So all three reference systems can be used at any time. You can pick one or the other, depends. Sometimes one feels more appropriate. At other times, you can use all three. So a person whose lives is supported by these three standard reference system can be pretty good. Can be pretty solid. You can be pretty confident that we can apply causality and reap the fruit that we plant. In terms of our health, in terms of our wealth, right? In terms of our relationship. Okay.
Got it.
So when I like to use my own reality of a happy marriage as my how do you say, an example of my success, because I'm still working on my finance. I'm still working on other physical health and even mental health and other things like that. But my ability to find a wonderful, beautiful wife, I like to attribute to the root cause formula. When I went online and fill out my dating profile, okay, when I went online and fill out my dating profile looking for a mate, I had a very, very clear mental image about what that mate was. Whereas most people look for a mate to make them happy, I had the source concept of what happiness means, of what a healthy, harmonious marriage means. To me, to be in a happy marriage is not to find a person to make you happy. To me, I had the source concept that says that I have happiness. I have a lot of love energy and I want to share it with another person. That is a different source concept from a person who looks to get married in order to be happy. Okay. I had the fortune of having a lot of good mental images. I wrote down in my dating profile that I want a woman who is sensitive but not too dramatic. I want a woman who is confident but not too arrogant. You remember those the human concept, the 16 personality?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't learn about that, but in my profile, I was able to describe a person that is not too extremely positive or too extremely negative. She should be a kind of person who take care of herself, but not the kind of person who is always worried about her makeup. All right. Did I say confident? Yeah, confident, but not overly arrogant. Sensitive, but not overly dramatic. I set boundaries. Not too far one side, not too far in another the side. I have very clear image about the kind of person that I want to attract. And I had the source concept that I have a lot of love energy that I want to give. It is like a cup overflowing with water, and you just need another vessel, another cup to contain the water. That is how I felt. I had that excess energy of happiness and love that I want to give to other people. Totally different from a person whose cup is empty and looking to be filled. If a person has a cup that is empty and looking to be filled, looking for happiness, looking for other people to make them happy, then they will always be in need and they are going to drain the energy of the other person. And after a while, both of them is going to be half empty, going to drain each other. And then that's how marriage usually fails, because the person is in need of another person to fulfill their happiness. Whereas a successful marriage comes from a person who has enough and more to give. That is one way of looking at it. Okay. And then last time I shared that in a happy marriage, we have to have the 3 agreement about 3 aspects. We're here, might as well say it again. For those of you who didn't get a chance to attend the 24-hour sharing, right? There is a the three agreement about the three aspects of marriage. So this is a triangle of reality of harmonious marriage. Okay. Harmonious marriage. The physical manifestation of harmonious marriage is you đồng hành. Let's find a good English word for đồng hành. It's called together. Togetherness. Together, okay? Together in life, together what? The energy component of harmonious marriage is agreement mutual. Yeah. And the source concept or the information corner of harmonious marriage is common language. You speak the common language. And when I say common language, I'm talking about the same awareness, same level of awareness, same range of awareness. Okay. Same common language about what? Agreement about what? Being together about what? You need to you have the same common language about love. Do you agree? Do you have you speak the same language about love, the same awareness about love? My awareness about love is that I have excess amount of love to give, and I need a vessel to contain that excess so that the cup doesn't overflow. That is my awareness of love. Different from the person who is empty and I need people to give me love, right? And my wife happens to speak the same language. She was perfectly happy. She did not need me to make her happy. She was already happy. I just made her more happy. Okay, common language. Okay, common language about what? Common language about sex. Otherwise, you don't need to get married. You can just be friends. Right? Yeah. Speak the same common language about what? About finance. Okay. Speak the same common language, meaning the same awareness about sex, the same awareness about finance. And then you have to have an agreement. Agreement about what? Agreement about what it means to love. There are 5 languages of love. Okay. Let's say love, that is 5 languages. Okay. Anybody know about the 5 languages of love from a book written by Gary Chapman? Yeah, 5 languages of love. Physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time spent with each other, giving gifts. Oftentimes, a person can express their love to another person in physical touch, but the other person are more interested in gift. So they'll give, the person who is interested in gift will give gift to the person who wants sex. And both of them say, oh, I love you, and I'm expressing my love to you, but you're not receiving it. You don't love me, even though they both love each other, but they don't speak the same language. And after a while, they split because don't have the same language of love. Okay, same thing with sex and finance. For me and my wife, we have an agreement about finance. We agree that we put it all together in one bank account. we split that account into 5 or 6 budget according to the study on the perception of finance, right? Those of you who have studied the WIT philosophy, you know there is a certain language about finance, right? Money should have a good plan and an intended purpose. If you have money sitting still and you don't have a plan and an intended purpose, that money will be used by, if you don't have an intended purpose to use your money, somebody else will use it. They'll borrow it, or you'll lose it in some way. But if you have a clear intended purpose for your finance, then you will be able to keep it. Some people keep 2 separate accounts as long as they have the same agreement and they're okay with it. Husband have their own account, wife have their own account. And as long as they have no problem with it, as long as they have an agreement about finance, they're fine. Okay. And togetherness, meaning everything you do it together. In the Vietnamese, there's a saying, when husband and wife agree, they can, how do you say, they can scoop all the waters of the ocean. Vậy trong đồng gì đó, đồng lòng tác biển Đông cũng cạn. Okay. Triangle of reality of a harmonious marriage. Okay. All right. Any other question? Any other impression? Chilam, did you get it?
Yeah, I got.
What do you find to be most impressed by today? What part do you think you will be able to apply to your 5 dreams or your 3 dreams? You're building a home for your parents. You're
Yeah,
helping your son get better. You're
Yeah.
helping your friend with her marriage relationship, right?
Yes.
The help your son, trying to help your son get better. What do you think you're gonna work on? What do you know about health? What do you believe about health? And what do you understand about health?
About information. About information. I think he should. Maybe he should read or it's difficult to explain.
Physical health. Okay,
Yeah.
if you want to know physical health, okay, we have to have the information.
So
Even physical health.
he did yoga. He did yoga. That is the physical, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yoga is both physical and mental. Okay. With
Yes,
physical health,
and
what else?
and what about the food? The food he eat is yeah.
So there's many components.
It's also physical.
There's nutrition.
Yeah, nutrition.
Okay. There is physical activity. There is mental health. With physical health, there is the strength. We have flexibility. There's stamina. Okay. And there is balance. Okay. So if you're helping with
Yes.
son with physical health, he's doing yoga, which is flexibility, maybe balance. You need strength and stamina. Okay, strength, that's a G.
All of them about physical, right?
Yeah, this is a
side.
physical, but physical is not enough. You need the mental health as well.
Yeah.
Have to work on his serenity, his magnanimity, and his honoring gratitude. Have to work on his social relationship. With social health, there is different levels of relationship. There is acquaintance, There are people that you just know. Acquaintance. How do you spell acquaintance? Let me see if I can spell acquaintance. I know, I thought I knew it. There we go. A-I-N. Okay, A-I-N-C-E. Acquaintance. This is just the people you just kind of know. Okay, they don't really have anything deep with you. And then there's a level of trusting. There are people that you trust. There are people that you trust with your money. There are people that you trust with your children. There are people that you trust with your life. And then there's a degree of intimacy. Right? Usually spouse. Even parents and children can be considered intimate. It doesn't have to be sexual intimacy. It can be closeness, where you can be physical together. You can just share everything. So you have a complete, now you have a complete picture of good health. Physical component, there's strength,
Yeah.
flexibility, stamina, and balance. With mental health, they have to have serenity, magnanimity, honor, and gratitude. At least there are more. With the social health, he has to have people that he trusts and intimate. We all have acquaintance. We have worker, co-worker, and friends, and they don't necessarily contribute to to a deep sense of health. Science has been able to determine that you don't need a lot of friends. You just need a few good friends. You only don't need to know a lot of people. You only need a few people that you can trust. Trust with your money, trust with your life. And if you can have a few people, maybe one or two person that you can be intimate with, okay, it is this inner circle that is a determinant of our health. There are people who there are like a lot of celebrities, right? Celebrities, movie stars and sports celebrities, they have millions and millions of fans who are their acquaintances. But if they don't have people that they can trust or trust them, and they don't have intimate relationship, their lives can still be pretty empty. And as a result, their overall health is not as optimal as one who just need a few trusting and intimate relationship. So social health is very important. Did that did that give you any new awareness, Ilam, about your son's health? Does he have a lot of friends?
No,
Does he
just
have good
he
friends?
just have few friends,
Are they close to him?
but yeah, I think it's
Okay,
about 2 or 3. Yeah, they are
Okay.
close. He's
okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah. But are they close to a point where they give him positive energy? Okay, and do his friends give him positive energy? So see if you can
But
add some more
I
people.
think I think they are too young, so they don't know how to give him the energy, the positive
Okay.
energies. Yeah.
Okay. Then it tend to be people like yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're his mother. You're gonna have to become his best friend.
Yeah.
That is a level of intimacy and trusting, so you can work on that. Maybe that's what he needs. Does he have these 3 aspects of his mental health? Is he at peace? Is he generous with people? Is he grateful for everything that he has?
This size.
Yeah, you gotta work on it then, huh? Very important. The
Yeah.
core information, our information, okay, the information within us represent our reality of it. Okay, so the information, the mental health represent our physical reality. So you can kind of see if a person who is not optimally healthy, you're gonna need to work on, especially the mental health. Okay, and then, you know, with mental, there is the there's the wisdom. That is more mental, right? Okay. With the social energy, there is the attitude. A person who has good positive attitude attracts good people. Okay. And then you can raise it to character. We haven't discussed it, so I don't expect you to know too much about it. Okay. Character. I am training my son to build his character. He is doing the laundry. I'm having my son help with the house chores. Okay, he's pretty good with the attitude. My son, has pretty good attitude. I still need to help him with wisdom, but right now he's learning to do chores. He washes the clothes. He just know how to put the clothes into the washing machine and press a button. And when the machine stops, he knows how to bring the stuff from the washing machine to the dryer and push a button. Yeah. So I am helping to build my son's health. Okay. Next week, we will start to get into wisdom. We will start to light up that candle. And we will light up that candle of wisdom. And then we will talk about attitude and character. And maybe, I don't know if we will be able to reach the integrity. Usually, stuff like the integrity and the other stuff are in the mentorship program. But we'll see. We'll talk about, definitely talk about wisdom, attitude, and some character. Okay, you've been taking a lot of notes. Do you have any, what are some of your lessons today? Did you learn anything new today?
About triangle. So I think every lessons we should learn in our life look like a reality triangle. And if we make it clearly about energy, about attitude, yes, and character, that's physical, and about mental, like wisdom. And we will see the clear picture on it. We will find the best choice to do and have the right way, attitude to face with it. And we live happy and successful. Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this lesson, we had the good health channel or harmonious marriage.
Okay.
So I just think about for example, about my life, a little about learning English.
Okay.
Yes. So to be good at English, I must the first about my energy, like my attitude about speaking English. Whatever I show, my voice, my face, my body language, that show that I'm happy or not, I'm exciting to learn English or not. I feel my feelings or other whatever I say hi or hi, it's different meanings, right? Yes. And about physical character. I know my abilities, my like I think about particular abilities about myself when I practice pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, right, etc. When I speak, is this right, Mr. Frank?
That's good.
About character. Okay, so and the third point about metal, about my wisdom. Whatever I share, everything. I learn new things about that. I allow myself practice reading, listening. If I want to be a good speaker, I need to be a good listener. I know that, and I try to listen more, and then I can learn my lessons and I show and share with others. Is that about my knowledge, gain my knowledge by reading, listening, and when I practice with others, I had more experience from others. I don't know, and I learn from them and inspire and motivate to each other. Whatever I speak it, you know, I have migraine, I have headache sometimes. And then, you know, whatever I speak English, I only focus on my thinking English, my ideas. So I forgot that I have headache
There
and I
you
feel
go.
better. So that's the way I refresh myself and feel happy. Yes, and I'm so happy to study with you.
Mhm.
English is it's only tool that we use to learn lessons, communicate with other people from all over the world
Mhm.
like this. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. So I'm very grateful that you're taking the time to accumulate and cultivate your knowledge of the philosophy in English. When you practice, you are cultivating the information, the source concept. And when you are practicing, that means you are giving a gift to other people, your gift of appearance, your gift of speech, that accumulates good deeds. So you are working on your affinity with other people, the energy corner, okay? And we can already see, the physical manifestation of your English is pretty good, okay? I've never had a problem understanding you.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, your reality is right here, okay? That which we know, that which you believe, that's what you understand. Put things like your positive image about speaking English, then your reality is a great English speaker. And you can use the English language to share the philosophy of education, okay? Help people come to know, come to believe, and come to fully understand what it means to be human. Because ultimately we're a bunch of human beings, okay? And if we know, and if we believe, and if we understand what it means to be happy, if we know, if we believe and understand what it means to be healthy, to be in a harmonious relationship, how to be wealthy, and I think the life is gonna be pretty good.
The more I give, the more I cultivate every day.
Yeah. Okay, this is a study of being. Okay, this is a study of being. Okay, how we be. Okay, be happy, be healthy, and when we have a good source concept, a favorable source concept of how to be healthy, how to be happy, then the reality is that we're going to be happy and we're going to be healthy. Okay, once again, thank you so much. Okay, I am honored by your presence. I am always honored by your presence, and I'm very grateful for your active participation.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank. Can I have a question about on the what is it here? What is it? Telegram. There's something about pre-mental.
Yeah, that link doesn't work. If somebody posted a link and the link doesn't work, that means that when that link gets fixed or when you see information like that, grab onto it, join the group. They will be giving you information on how to prepare for interview, prepare to be accepted into the Mentor 7 program. Okay, and it is expected that will be the last mentor program that Master Thon himself will be teaching. So you do want to attach yourself to it. Okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'll let them know. I'm sure other people have let them know. Don't worry about it. There's still some time until 6 is still going on. It's not done yet. But eventually there will be a group. There will be a group where you can join and they will give you all the information on how to prepare for the interview. Somebody will usually hold a Zoom to give you the specific details on what to expect. You already have an advantage when you're doing this. You're already speaking English and you're accumulating knowledge. You are building your knowledge, your belief, and your understanding, okay, about this whole philosophy. When you go into the Mentor 7 interview, all you need to do is bring in with you the energy of serenity, magnanimity, and honoring gratitude. Okay.
Can you be my mentor though? Because
Hmm?
I mean, what is it? Nhấn mặt.
Nhân mặt, it means a value connector. Okay, if you want to know the English word, I have chosen the word value connector, a human being who connect you to different positive values.
So
What?
value connector.
Value connector, yes. We will go into that when we talk about the energy of wisdom. When we recognize human being, the affinity. Okay, we go back to that stuff, the affinity with people. In order to maintain a attitude of gratitude, to be honoring and grateful to everybody else, you will learn to recognize 9 types of people and be grateful for their presence. And that basically encompasses all of humanity. Everybody, no matter who they are always, somebody is always contributing some value to you. Okay, even the people who need your help, they are contributing value to you when they ask for your help. There are people that don't seem to do anything, but their presence in your lives make your life better. We call them the spirit of fortune. Okay, thần tài, spirit of fortune. They don't do anything, but their presence just make your life better. They're a spirit of fortune with respect to finance. They're a spirit of fortune with respect to beauty, to anything. Okay, to relationship. There are people whose presence that in your life make your life better, even though they do not put out any effort. On the other hand, there are people who does make effort, like your benefactor, your parents. Okay, our parents, our spouses, they are our benefactor. They help us every day. Okay, and then there are people who point the way. Cao nhân, people who just point the way, and just a single word or a single talk will shift your awareness so that you can stand above life's problem. So a problem no longer become problem. Those are the sages. We call them sages or cao nhân in Vietnamese. Okay, we have masters, we have mentors, and we have benevolent people of knowledge who wants to raise your level of wisdom, help you accumulate the intellectual merit energy so that they can open your mind, so that you can experience the truth within you and be free. Okay.
And you want to go over that?
Yeah,
Eventually.
we'll go over that in the wisdom. So next time we'll talk about wisdom. There are different levels of wisdom. And then we'll talk about, next time different levels of wisdom are the energy corner of wisdom. Okay, and then after that, we will talk about the different level of wisdom are the information corners of wisdom. After that, we'll talk about the energy of wisdom. And then we'll talk about the physical manifestation of wisdom. And then we'll go into attitude. We're basically going to light up first. I think we'll spend 2 or 3 days on wisdom, and then we'll talk about attitude, and then we'll talk about character. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a favor to ask.
Please.
My value connector, she is a nail technician. So and I really don't know. I really don't know her in person.
It doesn't matter.
It just connect, but I can hardly get a hold of her.
It's
So
fine.
can you be my value connector?
Whatever. It doesn't. Yeah. Sure. Why not? It's not a
I will
favor. There's nothing.
you
There's
are
not.
trying
Yeah.
but
When you know.
yeah, anytime I send her a message, about 2 or 3 weeks later, she will answer. No, not too late.
Since you ask, let me give you the source concept of a value connector. Okay, the source concept of a value connector is a person who brings you value that you can trust.
Right.
Not necessarily just somebody who introduced you. Like my wife and I, we came to know the philosophy of root education as through someone who just introduced us. And even though we said that person is our value connector, all they really did was just, introduce. So you can say this person introduced me.
Right.
To introduce you. That's fine. You can
not really
be grateful, and you need to be grateful for the person who introduced you to you.
Right.
But the value connector, the idea is that you kind of look for the kind of person who give you great value, and usually more than one thing, right? You the kind of person that you always trust to give you a certain kind of value, and that person already verified that value as being worth it. And you don't have to waste your time in developing your own concept about it. You don't have to research that item. If your friend saying, hey, this product is really good, just buy it. You just do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That person is you. That's why I'm
With
asking
respect to
you
this knowledge,
to be my value connector. Okay. Well,
I am very honored
thank
by
you.
that
We
gift of
appreciate
speech.
it.
Okay, I am honored by your gift of speech. I have a value connector when it comes to computer, right? To computer and technology. My cousin works for NASA. Okay, he is a director of information technology department for Jet
Wow.
Laboratory of NASA.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so when I started taking the mentor program, I needed a laptop. And instead of wasting time researching laptop, I just call him up. I text him, hey, what do you recommend? And just one word, he said, go buy this one. That's it.
Right.
So I have him as a value connector when it comes to technology, right? So you want to honor those people, and you want to maintain your relationship with those. And as value connector, you want to give them the kind of value that they are interested in, the kind of value that they view. So if I have anything technology related, I would, show it to my cousin or ask him. Every time you ask him, you're actually doing him a favor. You are giving him a chance to help you, which build his account, his credit account in the good fortune.
Right. He
Yeah.
appreciates you that you accept his, assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And I see all of you guys, I
Next
don't know if
week.
it's me, but
Right.
you all seem to look prettier today.
Yeah, we all look beautiful
You all
because
seem to look better.
of this knowledge. We become more at peace.
Yeah.
So, it's so now, up.
Yeah. Oops, you got disconnected. But you can kind of see that we all have a physical manifestation that is reflected as a result of our source concept. We learn about serenity, we learn about magnanimity, we learn about honoring gratitude, and so it starts to show. Okay, and we learn about mental images in the root cause formula, and so it shows. We see people for the beauty that they are. So everybody looks prettier. All right, any more questions or comment? I want to appreciate all the people who joined the Zoom, even though that you cannot get on the camera. Okay, it shows a lot of dedication. It shows that you make an effort to give value to the class, just simply being in the Zoom. Okay, this is the energy of collective synergy. And so with that, if there's no more questions or comments, let's say goodbye for now, and we will see each other next week. Okay.
So, hello to your friend. I
Okay.
just want to say thank you so much for your message and the way you deliver the message is very well. So you put a lot of examples to make everybody understand the reality triangle and how we can apply it into our life. Thank you so much for that. And I also find very helpful words, terms to use when I want to share it to other people. Thank you so much for that.
Okay. All righty. Thank you for the gift of a compliment. We'll see you next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.